He said something like this: "I know most people say I'm a pessimist, but I don't believe I am naturally. I like a lot of things so much, but I could never get over the idea that it would be better for us to be without both the pleasures and the pains, and that the best experience would be to be some sort of sleep. I have always had a weakness for arguing with anybody, and this involved all that contemporary nihilism against which I was then in revolt, and for about 5 minutes, in a publisher's office, I actually argued with Thomas Hardy. I argued that a non-existence is not an experience, and there can be no question of preferring it or being satisfied with it. Honestly, if I had been quite simply a crude young man and nothing else, I would have thought his whole argument very superficial and even silly, but I did not think him either superficial or silly. For this was the rather tremendous truth about Hardy, that he had humility. My friends who knew him better have confirmed my early impression. Jack Squire told me that Hardy, in his last days of glory as a grand old man, would send poems to the Mercury and offer to alter or withdraw them if they were not suitable. He defied the gods and dared the lightning and all the rest of it. But the great Greeks would have seen that there was no thunderbolt for him because he had not, or insolence. For what heaven hates is not impiety, but the pride of impiety. Hardy was blasphemous, but he was not proud. It is his pride that is a sin, and not blasphemy. I have not been blamed for an alleged attack on Hardy in a sketch of Victorian literature. It was apparently supposed that talking about the village atheist brooding on the village idiot was some sort of attack. This is not an attack on Hardy. This is a defence of Hardy. The whole case for him is the headed sincerity and simplicity of the village atheist. That is, he valued atheism as a truth and not a triumph. He was a victory of that decay of our agricultural culture, which gave men bad religion and no philosophy. But he was right in saying, as he said essentially to me all those years ago, that he could not enjoy things, including better philosophy or religion. There come back to me 4 lines, written by an Irish lady in my own little paper. Who can picture the scene at the starry portal? Truly imagination fails, where the pitiless president of the immortals shows unto Thomas the print of the nails. I hope it's not profane to say that this hits the right nail on the head. In such a case, the second Thomas would do exactly what Prometheus and Satan never thought of doing. He would pity God.